I'm Christina Green, the managing editor for Science of the Times magazine, and we are so excited to be celebrating our 2023 Women in Science Awards winners today. Thank you so much for being here. It's my honor to welcome Lori Anderson, President and CEO of ISA, who has taken time out of her extremely busy schedule to be with us today. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you so much for being here, and a special thank you to Science of the Times for taking an opportunity to recognize the amazing women in this industry. And it's a unique thing. I mean, when I came on board ISA 19 years ago, there was almost no women on the ISA board, and now we will have 3 chairs of the board in a row in the years. And so it's taken a while, but we're here. And the unique ability for women to connect in this industry is so important, not just for women in their professional careers, but for companies and the industry as a whole, as we seek to be more inclusive and diverse and open to every single person in the industry. And we're grateful for Science of the Times for putting this program together and for recognizing outstanding women in the industry. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you, Science of the Times.
Please join us in congratulating our first of 5 Women in Science Award winners, Sharon Coaching.
I'm going to lean on something, if you don't mind. Thank you so much, Clark, and thank you to all of you who are here. I'm so happy to see all of you. And I'm thinking about something I was just talking to someone about. As Mark said, I was used to being mostly in the academic and artistic world and a community organizer, a mother. And then I met my husband, Toji. I'm sorry he can't be here with me. He's 95, and he really can't do trips like this. So I suddenly found myself completely hooked by science. And I think lots of us who have come to the science world by one way or another find that that happens to us. We just are fascinated by science, whether we're a man or a woman, we become what I call a side guy. We're a side guy. And we would go someplace like Europe, and there we'd be in a building and peering at the signs, kind of looking at me and just, look at this, Tosh. What do you think? How did they make this sign? And then one time somebody came up to us and said, you don't have a sign company by any chance, do you? And we said, yeah, how did you know? They said, there's nobody else who looks at signs the way the sign people do. We're a sign company owner too. So we found kindred spirits, wherever we went. And he introduced me to a life that I have found to be fascinating, interesting, and I hope that I've made a difference. I want to mention Toji a little bit more because without him, I wouldn't be here in this position. And he was in Manzanar, one of our unfortunate concentration camps, I'll use that word, for our American citizens of Japanese descent as a boy. And he and his whole family were behind barbed wire with towers, with machine guns looking down at them. And when he got out, he was first a servant in somebody's house because they had no place to live. And he went to high school, finished, and he'd always liked art, and he couldn't afford to go to college. And he saw a sign in the window of a drugstore that they needed somebody to make signs. They just were posters that he could put up. That's how he entered the sign industry. And he later went on to go to Trade Tech and had a very admired sign company when I met him. Did signs for the Beverly Hills Hotel American Airlines. So that's how I ended up in the sign industry, and I want to give him full credit for that. When the ADA came along, I was somebody who had been involved in disability and in documents, and I had a daughter who had multiple disabilities. And I was, of course, interested in what way would that impact the sign industry. So I got a copy of the Federal Register, and I looked at it and I thought, nobody's going to understand this. I understood it pretty well because I was a documents librarian. So I went through with a fine-tooth comb, as they say, and I called the Access Board, and I called the state of California and discussed it. I said, what was it you were trying to do here? Because nobody in the sign industry is going to figure this out from when we got here. And we worked it out over a number of discussions. And I then wrote an article for the Sign magazine, and then my phone started to ring. So that's how I got where I am today. And originally, we heard people, particularly in the electrical sign industry, and they would say, something, this is a flash in the pan. 5 days, 10 days, 2 weeks, whatever. Everybody would forget about it. This is nothing. And I said to them, something? This is a law that says that virtually every single door sign in the United States, in an apartment building, a hotel, a hospital, or an office building, has to be replaced. What in the sign industry do you find that fortunate about that? I love the idea that we need all of these new signs. And I love the idea that they're going to help people who are disabled. So I won't talk anymore, but that's how this all happened. This is ADA Sign Lady. If you have any ADA sign question, please come back tomorrow at 3 o'clock, and I will be here. And you can always write to me and ask me what you need to know. And I welcome any questions or any ideas you have. Thank you.
Yay. Thank you.
Please join us in congratulating Indu Sanka.
I am incredibly honored to be standing here and receiving Women in Science Award by Signs of the Times. This award is not just an acknowledgement of all the hard work and perseverance I have put in, but also a recognition of the importance of women's contribution to sign industry. We all know that sign industry is a male-dominated field, but I believe if we put our dedication and passion into any industry, women can do a significant impact. And this award is a proof of that. But I cannot take all the credit for this achievement. I have a wonderful team of people working with me in my company, and one of them is here today. And I would like her to join me. Christina, our business development manager, has been an integral part of our success. She has been a source of inspiration, support, and played a pivotal role in the growth of our company. Thank you, Christy. We have achieved many milestones together, but this award is particularly special to us. As women in sign industry, we understand the challenges, but we also know that our potential is limitless. By receiving this award, we hope to inspire other women to crush the barriers and reach their dreams.
Please join us in congratulating Kelsey, Dalton, McClellan.
Yay.
Thank you all. I don't have much prepared to say. I am part of a rare small breed of people who still use paints in this industry. And typically we're pretty quiet and introverted. So I really appreciate Signs of the Times to acknowledge sign painters as well as this incredible group of women, which I feel very privileged to be a part of this group. And yeah, I am constantly inspired by this industry. I feel very fortunate to be a part of it, and more importantly, I'm very inspired and thankful to be a part of the sisterhood of women who are in this field and industry, and feel very supported, and hope to be somewhat of a role model to young women who also are interested in the industry. So thank you again.
Please join us in congratulating Elizabeth Toynes.
Hi. I wrote something because I'm not good at off the cuff like some people. First, I want to thank Signs of the Times magazine. Thank you guys for supporting women in the industry with this series of awards. Having the largest publication for the industry bring attention to the inequalities and antiquated ideologies that women in this industry face is huge. For that, I am immensely grateful. Thank you. Being recognized in this capacity so early in my life and my career is really setting me up for a long downhill stride for the rest of my years in this industry. But hey, at least I reached the top, right? But seriously, I'm honored and still absolutely shocked that I was selected. Next, and probably the most important, I want to thank my partner in life and business, Russell. Thank you. Thank you for all the support you provide me on a daily basis. Thank you for pushing me out of my comfort zone and knowing so fully that I am deserving of the space I take up, even when I am not so sure. I am so lucky to feel so empowered to be exactly who I am, not just in this industry, but in life.
Uh-huh.
I would also, of course, like to thank my team. Thanks, guys. They're all here. A better team does not exist. I will fight any one of them. Beyond just being incredibly talented, I genuinely like all of you, which is really rare for me. So that says a lot. The little everyday things you all do to empower me and each other is so motivating and a dream for a business owner. Next, I want to thank my dad, who's also here, I guess, for roping me in to the sign industry against my better judgment and many tantrums. But in all seriousness, you have been a constant source of knowledge, support, and headaches, and I wouldn't want it any other way. Thank you for showing me that with a great work ethic, persistence, and humility enough to know you are never above cleaning a toilet, you will be able to be anything you want in life. Dream as big as you want, make a plan, or fly by the seat of your pants, and you will achieve it. And on a more serious note, I want to take a moment to thank the women who came before me. You guys are the ones that laid the foundation for women of my age and even younger to make strides in this industry. Thank you. I also want to speak directly to these women and let them know that as a younger generation woman in this industry, I recognize the work you have put in, and I know that the work towards equality in the sign industry is nowhere near over. And until the day comes that we no longer need a woman-specific award category in this industry, I will do my very best to continue to empower and help pave the way for the women that come behind me. And so I'll leave you guys with this. As my husband always says, if they don't give you a seat at the table, you bring your own, and you take up the space that you deserve to take up. Thank you. Woo!
Please join us in congratulating Maggie Harlow.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Christina. Appreciate it. And thanks to my husband and one of my favorite mentors, Bob, and his lovely wife, Melissa, and my Signarama corporate folks are here as well. It is really an incredible honor to be here. I'm so proud. I love this industry. I love the women in this industry, and I love the men in this industry. One of my favorite quotes about women in business is, "It's not a glass ceiling, ladies. It's just a thick layer of men." So we just have to kind of claw our way through, and we'll get there. The thing I love about this industry is reflected in all these achieving women and how different each of them are and how unique their business models are. We're all different. And I think that's one of my favorite things about this industry is that you could probably interview every sign shop owner here, and every business is just slightly different. They're all just kind of, we don't do electrical signs or we don't do car wraps or it's just great. I feel like it's a pure entrepreneurial experience because you really do have to figure out who you want to sell to, how much you want to sell of it, what do you want to price it at, how do you want to make it, how do you want to install it? There's often a debate in every sign shop about what's the best way to build that or what's the best way to install that. I just think it's a great entrepreneurial business model. And it's been an incredible experience for Brian and I to be in this now for 20 years. We have a staff back home taking care of things. They're amazing. And I just want to encourage everyone in this industry to go for it. Do it uniquely. Do it your way because it's the only way that you can be completely different. Just do it your particular way. And these women are role models for doing it their way. I'm honored to be here. I'm thrilled to be associated. I love writing the articles. I'll probably do it as long as Mark will let me. So thank you, Mark.